Chapter 7. Building Unshakable Confidence. There is a quiet power inside every human being. It is not money. It is not beauty. It is not education. It is not social status. It is self-belief. When you believe in yourself, you begin to attempt things you once thought were impossible. When you stop believing in yourself, even small problems can feel like mountains. Confidence can open doors. But there is something important you must understand. Real confidence is not believing that you will never fail. Real confidence is believing, even if I fail, I will find a way to stand up again. That is a much stronger kind of confidence. The boy who was afraid to speak. Imagine a young boy sitting in a classroom. The teacher asks a question. He knows the answer. He raises his hand halfway. Then he looks around. Another student is watching him. He becomes nervous. He lowers his hand. The teacher chooses someone else. The boy knows the answer, but he remains silent. This happens again and again. Eventually, he begins believing, maybe I'm not intelligent. But that was never the real problem. His problem was not lack of knowledge. It was lack of confidence. Years later, he may know many things but still be afraid to express himself. This is how self-doubt grows. Not in one dramatic moment. It grows through repeated small decisions to remain silent. Confidence is built, not given. Many people think confident people were simply born confident. Sometimes personality plays a role, but confidence can be developed. Think about riding a bicycle. The first time you sit on one, you may feel unstable. You don't trust your balance. You hold the handles tightly. You may fall, but you try again. After enough practice, you stop thinking about every movement. You simply ride. Why? Because experience taught your brain, I can do this. Confidence works the same way. You do something difficult. You survive. You learn. You improve. Then your mind begins saying, maybe I can do more. That is how confidence grows. Confidence comes after action. Many people wait for confidence before they act. They say, when I become confident, I'll speak English. When I become confident, I'll start my business. When I become confident, I'll make videos. When I become confident, I'll talk to people. But confidence often comes after action. You don't become confident and then begin. You begin and gradually become confident. The first video may be uncomfortable. Make it. The first conversation may contain mistakes. Have it. The first presentation may make your hands shake. Give it. The first business attempt may fail. Try it. Your first step doesn't need to be impressive. It needs to exist. The difference between confidence and arrogance. Confidence says, I can learn. Arrogance says, I already know everything. Confidence says, I believe in myself. Arrogance says, I'm better than everyone. Confidence listens. Arrogance only speaks. Confidence accepts mistakes. Arrogance hides them. Confidence respects others. Arrogance needs to feel superior. Never confuse the two. A truly confident person doesn't need to prove their superiority every minute. They are comfortable knowing their own value. The mirror of self-respect. Imagine looking into a mirror every morning. You see your face, but there is another mirror you cannot see. It is the mirror of your actions. Every time you keep a promise, that mirror becomes clearer. Every time you lie to yourself, it becomes weaker. Every time you say, I will do this, and then do it, your self-respect grows. Every time you repeatedly promise something and never act, your trust in yourself decreases. This is why confidence is connected to discipline. You cannot repeatedly break promises to yourself and expect deep confidence to grow. Your mind watches what you do. Your actions teach your mind who you are. Stop waiting for everyone's approval. One of the greatest enemies of confidence is the need for everyone's approval. You want everyone to like you, everyone to agree with you, everyone to understand you, everyone to praise you. But that is impossible. There will always be someone who dislikes your appearance, someone who disagrees with your opinion, someone who criticizes your work, someone who doesn't understand your dream. If you make your happiness dependent on everyone's approval, you give other people control over your emotions. Learn to accept. Not everyone will understand you, and that's okay. Your responsibility is not to please everyone. Your responsibility is to live according to your values. The story of the young creator. A young creator decided to make educational videos online. His first videos received almost no attention. 10 views, then 15, then 7. He felt embarrassed. He wondered, what will people think? A friend told him, nobody is watching. Why continue? For a moment, he wanted to quit. Then he remembered why he had started. He wasn't creating only for views. He wanted to teach. So he continued. He improved his speaking. He improved his storytelling. He learned editing. He learned how to explain ideas more clearly. Months became years. His audience slowly grew. The important transformation wasn't only that other people started watching. The bigger transformation happened inside him. He became comfortable hearing his own voice. He became comfortable making mistakes. He became comfortable being a beginner. He stopped asking, do people like me? He started asking, am I becoming better? That is real growth. Your first audience is yourself. Before other people believe in you, you must learn to believe in yourself. But be careful. Self-belief does not mean telling yourself, I'm perfect. Instead, tell yourself, I'm learning. I can improve. I can try again. I can ask for help. I can handle mistakes. I can become better. This kind of self-talk is realistic. You don't need to convince yourself that you are already the best. You need to believe that you are capable of growth. Don't compare your beginning. Imagine watching a professional musician perform. They play beautifully. You pick up the instrument for the first time. You sound terrible. Then you compare yourself with them and say, I'll never be that good. But you are comparing your first day with their 10th year. That is unfair. Every expert was once a beginner. Every fluent speaker once struggled with basic words. Every successful business once had a first customer. Every author once wrote a first sentence. Every athlete once had a first training session. Don't compare your chapter 1 with somebody else's chapter 20. Respect your beginning. Confidence through small victories. If you want stronger confidence, create small victories. Set a goal you can achieve. Complete it. Then increase the challenge. For example, today, learn 5 English words. Tomorrow, learn 5 more. Next week, speak for 5 minutes. Later, speak for 10. Eventually, have a full conversation. Each successful step gives your brain evidence. I can do difficult things. Confidence grows through evidence. Don't simply tell yourself you are capable. Give yourself proof. The power of keeping your word. Your word should mean something, even when the person you're making the promise to is yourself. If you say, I'll wake up at 7, try to wake up at 7. If you say, I'll study for 30 minutes, study. If you say, I'll finish this task, finish it. You won't always succeed. Life happens, but make keeping your word a serious value, because eventually your mind learns. When I make a promise, I can trust myself. That is the foundation of confidence. The fear of judgment. Many people don't fear failure as much as they fear embarrassment. They imagine, what will people say? Let's be honest. People may talk about you for a few minutes. Then they return to their own lives. Most people are far more concerned about themselves than they are about you. You are not being watched as much as you think. That realization can be liberating. Make the video. Ask the question. Start the business. Speak the language. Wear what makes you comfortable. Learn the skill. Take the opportunity. You are allowed to be a beginner in public. Confidence and body language. Your body can influence your mental state. Stand upright. Look at people when appropriate. Speak clearly. Don't rush every sentence. Breathe. Listen carefully. Use a calm voice. These are simple behaviors, but they can change how you feel. You don't need to pretend to be powerful. You simply need to become comfortable occupying your own space. Confidence is not shouting. Sometimes confidence is speaking quietly and clearly. Learn to speak to yourself kindly. Imagine your best friend makes a mistake. Would you say, "You're useless. You'll never succeed. You're stupid"? Probably not. You would encourage them. You might say, "It's okay. Learn from it. Try again. You can improve." Why not speak to yourself with the same kindness? Self-respect is not self-praise. It is refusing to destroy yourself mentally every time you make a mistake. Correct yourself without hating yourself. That is maturity. Confidence does not mean no fear. A common misunderstanding is, confident people are never afraid. Wrong. Confident people feel fear too. The difference is what they do with it. Fear says, "Don't go." Courage says, "I'm afraid, but I'll take the next step." Confidence doesn't eliminate fear. It teaches you that fear does not have to control you. The first public speech may be terrifying. Give it. The first business meeting may be uncomfortable. Attend it. The first difficult conversation may make your heart race. Have it respectfully. Every time you face fear, you teach yourself. Fear can be present without being in control. Your past does not own your future. Maybe you made serious mistakes. Maybe you failed. Maybe someone told you that you were not good enough. Maybe your childhood was difficult. Maybe you lost opportunities. Maybe you regret decisions from the past. Your past matters, but it does not have to become your prison. You can learn. You can change. You can rebuild. You can start again. A bad chapter doesn't mean the entire book is bad. Don't allow an old mistake to become a permanent identity. Say, "That was part of my story, but it is not the end of my story." The confidence of preparation. Confidence becomes much easier when you prepare. If you have to give a presentation, practice. If you have an interview, research. If you have a conversation in English, prepare useful phrases. If you have a business meeting, understand your numbers. Preparation reduces unnecessary fear. Don't simply hope to feel confident. Prepare yourself to be confident. The formula is simple. Preparation plus practice plus experience equals growing confidence. When someone criticizes you, not every criticism deserves your attention. But don't reject all criticism either. Ask 3 questions. Is it true? Is it useful? Can I improve because of it? If the answer is yes, learn from it. If someone says, "Your English pronunciation needs practice," don't become angry. Practice. If someone says, "Your presentation was difficult to understand," ask how you can make it clearer. Constructive criticism is a gift. But if someone simply insults you without offering anything useful, you don't have to carry their words everywhere you go. Learn to separate feedback from insults. The confidence of knowing your values. When you know what matters to you, Other people's opinions become less powerful. If honesty matters to you, tell the truth. If kindness matters, practice kindness. If learning matters, keep learning. If family matters, protect those relationships. If personal growth matters, keep growing. Your values become your internal compass. Without values, you can easily be pulled in every direction by public opinion. With values, you can say, "This is who I am trying to become." A 7-day confidence challenge. For the next 7 days, do one small thing each day that makes you slightly uncomfortable. Day 1. Speak to someone you normally avoid speaking to. Day 2. Learn something new and practice it. Day 3. Ask a question instead of pretending you know. Day 4. Give someone a sincere compliment. Day 5. Speak aloud for 5 minutes about something you know. Day 6. Finish one task you have been postponing. Day 7. Write down 5 things you have improved in yourself. Don't try to become fearless. Try to become more capable. The promise of confidence. Return to the promise you made to yourself. You promised to grow. That means you must give yourself permission to be imperfect. You must give yourself permission to learn. You must give yourself permission to fail. You must give yourself permission to begin again. You must stop waiting for someone else to tell you that you are worthy. Your worth is not determined by applause. Your worth is not determined by social media numbers. Your worth is not determined by someone's rejection. Your worth is not determined by one failure. You are a human being with the capacity to learn, grow, change, and contribute. Protect that potential. Final lesson. Confidence is not standing in front of the world and shouting, "I am the best." Confidence is standing quietly and saying, "I may not know everything, but I am willing to learn." Confidence is saying, "I may fail, but I will try." Confidence is saying, "I may be afraid, but I will take the next step." Confidence is saying, "I don't need everyone's approval to respect myself." Confidence is saying, "My past may have shaped me, but it does not have to control me." And perhaps the most powerful statement is, "I trust myself to keep going." That is the confidence you should build. Not a confidence based on appearance. Not a confidence based on money. Not a confidence based on praise. Build confidence based on character, preparation, courage, discipline, and self-respect. Because when those things become part of you, circumstances may change, but you remain standing. Remember these words. Confidence is not the absence of fear. It is the decision that fear will not control you. Don't wait until you feel confident. Take action and let confidence grow from experience. Your first chapter does not need to look like someone else's 20th. The promises you keep to yourself become the foundation of self-respect. You don't need everyone to believe in you. You need to stop abandoning yourself. Confidence grows when your actions repeatedly prove that you can trust yourself. And remember, you are allowed to begin again. You are allowed to be a beginner. You are allowed to make mistakes. You are allowed to learn slowly. You are allowed to change. You are allowed to dream bigger than your current circumstances. So stand up. Take a breath. Look at the road ahead. You don't need to know every step. You only need enough courage to take the next one.